punchers, my favourite kind of fighters. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Nobody home with that hook. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Tried to score with the uppercut. Perfect counter shot. Only catching air with that hook. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout.
Bell rings and we start the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That jab doesn't score. What a punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. They are giving us a high-tempo show. He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? There's a counter shot. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Solid punch. Both men step back for just a moment. That punch scores. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? There's the bell to start round 5. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
It's hard. My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. He threw a punch and just got countered. Counter punch right up the middle. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. The straight right just misses. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, I've been in fights like that. When you think, come on, bro, ring away.
This is the beginning of round 6. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
So much firepower here. How about that time counter shot? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Another scoring shot there. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. The straight right just misses. action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
You're much better than that guy. You're much better. Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good, man.
Here comes round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. This is the danger spot.
Beautiful counter shot. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He misses with that jab. That jab doesn't find a home. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Hard look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'd do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the... There's the bell to start round 8. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throws the jab, but does not score. I'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. A perfect counter lands. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfect.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Crawford is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Nice counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. you don't see it very often, but here it is. This fight ends in a draw.
What a fight, what a battle. I'm exhausted watching it myself. And you know what? I'm happy it's a draw because nobody